Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition. In this episode, I'm joined by Bamalam to break down how Marvel could do Deadpool in the MCU. We know Ryan Reynolds has been in talks with Marvel Studios, but how is this all going to go ahead is still quite up in the air. Deadpool is pretty much widely regarded as an R-rated character at this point, and with Scott Derrickson reportedly leaving Doctor Strange due to the studio not wanting to go as dark as the director wanted to, it does seem like we will be getting a toned-back version of the Merc with a Mouth. Throughout this video, we're just going to be giving our ideas on how he would do it and what the best course of action to take is. There may be some spoilers here in regards to the big elements of the MCU, so if you don't want anything ruined, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. Now let's get into our breakdown of how to do Deadpool in the MCU. Okay, so how the hell do they do Deadpool in the MCU, Bamalam? I've got no idea.
I've got one theory, and it works like this. You just do Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, and you do a reboot through this at the same time. You know, alternative timeline. We get to see him interact with everyone, thus killing everyone, and then probably find out it was like a daydream or something. But at least we know he's in the same universe because these characters exist and stuff. And it would just be the best way to be like, yeah, look, we understand that Deadpool is going to be abrasive and make a massive impact. Let's just bring him in the biggest possible way.
Yeah, and Endgame did show like the multiverse. It did show that they have multiple timelines going on at the same time. Like obviously Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness is clearly hinting that there's going to be a multiverse in the MCU. And I kind of like, I have an idea that Deadpool could actually just kind of completely smash the fourth wall and just kickstart the movie by like having a montage like how he did at the start of Deadpool 2. But instead of explaining like the plot of everything, just explain the Fox and Disney merger to the camera. And I was thinking like Kevin Feige could appear on camera with him. Like obviously Stan Lee's death was a big part of, you know, it's really rocked the Marvel Universe, especially because he made so many cameos and so on. And I think Kevin Feige appearing as a cameo in a Deadpool movie would just be a massive thing to do. I was also thinking they could do like Deadpool binge watching the MCU.
That would be great.
Yeah, and you know, we did watch a cartoon in which Deadpool had to interact with Spider-Man, and in that he compared himself to Spider-Man and how he stole his look. And that would kind of, I think that, you know, him watching the MCU would be a really good way to kind of show that he's aware of these characters. He's poking fun at them. He's very self-aware that he's in a Disney movie as well, so I could see them like swapping out the swear words with things like fudge it and shoot instead of shit. Like they could. Yeah. Do you remember the Osbournes?
Yes.
With the beep, but they just had beeping all the time in that.
Yeah.
I think that like the beep was always quite a funny thing, so I think they could like just have a beep over every swear word, and he could still swear, but it makes it more funny. And it's kid-friendly as well.
Kind of pushing it to that place would be pretty good. Breaking the fourth wall, understanding that he can't play by the rules he wants to, makes a very good dynamic inside of all of that. Because then that comes into how he interacts with people as well. Because then he can call out, you know, like as Captain America has evolved over time, and we as people and the audience are like, oh, he's learning, look at him swearing now, like, you know, he's like, you feel so proud of him and stuff. And I feel like Deadpool would be the perfect voice for a lot of those kind of things, or at least the commentary on this mess. Like you said, what's happened over all of that sort of time, or like as he's skipping through the channels, he sees Spider-Man and he's like, I don't know what it is about this kid, but I really like his style. Like, and that sort of just meta commentary throughout all of it would be really good, and a quick introduction. Like like you said, throughout the intro of like in the time they do the credits, you're bought into it.
Yeah, exactly. And I do think that they would have to do a team-up movie. Now, the episode we watched, Ultimate Spider-Man Season 2, Episode 15, he teams up with Spider-Man. Is it called Ultimate Deadpool?
Yeah, just like everything, he jumps straight in and changes the title name himself.
Yeah, and he sort of goes on a mission throughout. Well, he tricks Spider-Man into going on a mission to get Agent MacGuffin, which sort of pokes fun at the MCU in general because, you know, before the Infinity Stones sort of got brought into Infinity War, it was pretty much known that, hey, these movies are just full of MacGuffins. And I think that would be nice. Like, I think Deadpool actually has the opportunity to laugh at the MCU. He's very cartoony, especially in the Ultimate Spider-Man episode, which I think the episode's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, like he has funny moments where he can't say kill, so he says unalive someone.
Yep.
And they have him doing some great crime stuff that isn't as bad as shooting someone in the head, which is when he steals a jet from Tony Stark. And there are creative things that they can show. He's like, you know, it's his world. He can do what he wants, basically, but without him going over the top. I would want him to do some China jokes, but I doubt he will.
You know what? No, saying that though, I thought the funny thing about that was they were being very, very like particular about what they would have him joke about and stuff. And then, you know, I'm not going to say kill, so on and so forth. And then towards the end, he just throws out a joke about being on the toilet because of Indian food. Like, and I'm like, okay, so we can just make a joke about Indian people and their food and how it may affect your, like, body and stuff and you'll be on toilet. But, like, he can't say kill because that would be you know, Disney don't want him to be that guy, which I thought was very, very telling of where their moral compass is as far as getting through to children at the very least. I like the other thing is, like, throughout he's doing the whole, like, kind of Green Goblin, like, join me, Spider-Man, like, forget Nick Fury and forget S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. And I think that's, like, that would be a good dynamic as well. Him sort of being in it. I like the idea of him questioning someone like Peter Parker's morals quite throughout a movie would be pretty good. So, you know, because he is the anti-hero, so I think, you know, teaming him up with someone that is like a golden boy would be a very good way to bring him straight into it as well, because it's that instant clash. You know, it's the buddy cop kind of approach.
And I think that these are rumours, and rumours often get blown out of proportion and often turn out to be untrue. But there is sort of a rumour going around that he might be in Spider-Man 3. Now, according to the rumours, a lot of mercenary characters are going to be in the film, such as the Punisher, who Disney are apparently, they've now got the rights back to behind the scenes, so they're trying to get him into that film. Daredevil is also meant to appear in Spider-Man 3 as Peter Parker's attorney. And I think, you know, just see him popping up, maybe in the background of a scene, like on the roof sniping someone, as his first appearance, just as Spider-Man's like swinging through the New York. That would be a good way to just kind of hint and say, you know, he's in this universe now. Like, the good thing that Marvel often do is they'll set something up far in advance. Like, for example, Wakanda was in Iron Man 2, and they're just good at laying the groundwork. So even just having him do a cameo first before he makes a full appearance teaming up, I think that would be a smart way to do it, because it just lets you know that these universes are connected. Like, the Morbius trailer dropped yesterday, and that, before the Vulture cameo, I thought, you know what, that little poster in the background, that's an okay way to hint at the larger universe without being like, yeah, we are definitely connected now.
Yeah,
honestly, we are. Come see the movie, please.
I love Sony's like marketing technique. Like, when you went to go watch Endgame, right? Just to take it away from everything, I went to watch Endgame. They had Chris Hemsworth in about 4 Men in Black adverts before the movie had started.
Well, I remember there was actually an interview where Tom Holland interviewed Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Hemsworth was asking Tom Holland questions about Spider-Man, and Tom Holland was asking Chris about Men in Black. But yeah, Sony, now they've opened the doorway. I feel like every single 10 minutes we're just gonna get like an MCU reference. We're gonna have like Iron Man just flying around in the background of a scene.
It's a cash grab now. But the flip side of this is, do you even bother use Deadpool in the main part of Marvel's universe currently? Or is he going to be part of, you know, X-Men's probably not going to take place directly in the exact same New York that everything else has happened, you know?
See, I think they will. I think they'll just reboot it. Whereas Deadpool, I think they'll keep it separate in an alternate timeline. Like, there are rumors that the Loki show that's coming out on Disney Plus, that is going to revisit a lot of elements of the MCU, but it's going to be in an alternate timeline. So you're going to see Loki traveling back to like Thor: The Dark World. Well, Endgame pretty much did it, where they went back to certain locations.
Yeah.
And Deadpool actually would be a good way to revisit that as well. Like, see how Deadpool would handle, you know, the invasion of New York in 2012. See what he would be like with the Guardians of the Galaxy characters. I think there is a broad range of things they can do, but Deadpool is so fourth wall breaking that you do kind of have to keep him separate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is going to be difficult, but I'm sure they've figured it out. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds is in talks with Marvel right now. It is rumoured that Deadpool 3 is going to be the third film that drops in 2022. We'll just see. I don't know. I would love to get an R-rated Deadpool. I don't think we're going to see Wolverine stabbing someone in the chest like in X-Men 2. Which I remember watching and being like, oh shit, he just stabbed him in the chest. I remember I was sitting in the cinema like, damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
Put him on ice.
What they should do is just do a completely PG-13 Deadpool movie. Nothing bad in it, and then in the post-credits scene, he just cuts someone's head off and then shoots it as it falls to the ground.
But to be fair to them, they cut off Thanos' head.
They love beheading characters, don't they?
Yeah, like I said, at least we can get maybe some mature themes out of these. Yeah. They can be accessible without being directly... Hey, even in the kids' cartoon, like one of the first things like that we watched that Spider-Man says was like, I'm soaked to my webs, which if you think about it, his webs are on the outside of his suit. So really he's just making a metaphor saying he's soaked down to his knackers or whatever. So there's always room to put in things for adults as well as have the kids like appease.
Yeah, I am just looking at my Blu-ray collection right now, and Venom is a 15 and Avengers Endgame is a 12. So there's not a massive difference between the two. So yeah, we'll just see. Now, obviously, we'd love to hear your thoughts on how to do Deadpool in the MCU, so make sure you comment below and let us know. If you want to check out Bamalam's channel where he does breakdowns on your favourite movies, TV shows and more, then make sure you click the link right now or the link in the description below. If you want something else to watch, then check out our breakdown of how Morbius connects to the MCU, which is going to be linked after this. We go over all of the ins and outs of what's going to happen on screen and behind the scenes, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. You can support the show by subscribing to us on Patreon, and if you want to come chat to us after the video, either join our Discord server in the description or follow us on Twitter at DefinitionYT. That's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do at Heavy Spoilers, and hopefully we see you over there very soon. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.